Casterbridge, Casterbridge, Casterbridge. Guess who drinks? Hencher does. Drinks a lot. Just because. What? Hencher tells his wife and baby out waiting to Newson. Hencher tells his wife and baby, alright, stop. Sober time.
Come on, Michael Hencher. Don't give up. You gotta live to live, so live it up. And I don't mean live as in getting drunk, pack up your things, put them in a trunk.
He swore an oath to keep himself away from the alcohol that takes him over every day. He moves to Casterbridge and buys a home, even though he's not used to living alone. The square town of Casterbridge suffocates anyone who enters, keeps you in, wrecks your life, just like it did to Michael Hencher.
He becomes the mayor of this town and lets him know that he's sticking around.
He's bossy. Yeah, he's a boss. Then comes Farfrae into his life, followed by his daughter and his used-to-be wife. Susan Hencher's wife, Izzy Jane's daughter. When Elizabeth sees Farfrae, she thinks no one could be hotter.
Farfrae and Hencher become like bros. They watch together how the grain grows. Susan and Michael meet at the ring. The past is the past, so they start a new fling.
What? Next in the story, a wedding is sought for Susan and Michael, again tie the knot. Square town of Casterbridge suffocates anyone who enters, keeps you in, wrecks your life, just like it did to Michael Hencher. Farfrae is a genius, so sweet and tender, and Hencher's getting jealous because he's stealing all his thunder. The two part ways and hold their own fares. Farfrae's a success and a poor job by the mayor.
Susan becomes weak and loses all her strength. All the townspeople start to question her life's length. Then she writes a letter on her dying bed addressed to Michael Hencher filled with things she should have said.
Michael finds a letter that Susan wrote before, declaring that Elizabeth Jane is not his biological daughter. The square town of Casterbridge suffocates anyone who enters, keeps you in, wrecks your life, just like it did to Michael Hencher.
Hencher made a promise to a woman named Lucetta. She lived so far away, they wrote each other letters. Now she moved to Casterbridge, invading his life, because her wish is to be Michael Hencher's new wife.
Izzy meets Lucetta unexpectedly. With Hencher, she's unhappy, and Lucetta is the key. Now, Lucetta is a lady without the greatest rep because of all the secrets that she previously kept.
What? EJ move in with her new friend down a high place hall, and everything changes when Farfrae comes to call. When Farfrae comes a knocking, Elizabeth's not there. But then he meets Lucetta, and they start a new affair.
Hencher goes to see Lucetta and tries to make everything better. He proposed to her once again, and she can't tell him that she and Farfrae are more than friends.
Before Farfrae's arrival, Joshua Job applied for a job he didn't get because of Hencher's pride. But Hencher is now desperate and needs a helping hand because his career's declining and Job is the man.
Square town of Casterbridge suffocates anyone who enters, keeps you in, wrecks your life, just like it did to Michael Hencher. Hencher tries to cheat his way, so he goes to see Mr. Fall, who promises rain and Michael's success, but he ends up losing it all. Michael's luck is running out, but Farfrae's still on top, and soon as if this continues, he'll take over Michael's spot.
Now comes another woman from Michael's past, one which he forgot. She reveals his past and weight and priors, of which he barely thought. Although ashamed, dismisses his pride, he did not deny the fact he would now be seen as a different guy.
Lucetta and Elizabeth go for a walk to become relaxed and cool, but little did they know they'll be stopped by a raging bull. Then Hencher came along to act like a noble hero. He fought off the bull with courage and strength and proved that he's no zero.
Hencher walks Lucetta home after this debacle. Michael brings up the topic of marriage, but there's an obstacle. Lucetta tells him that she's married Farfrae days ago, so their relationship has to be buried way down below.
Hencher tells Lucetta if she doesn't agree, he will reveal to Farfrae their past intimacy. She begs him to spare her and keep her secret, so her marriage to Farfrae won't be a regret.
No regrets.
Square town of Casterbridge suffocates anyone who enters, keeps you in, wrecks your life, just like it did to Michael Hencher.
Farfrae gets a visitor with some important news. He's told that he'll be mayor, and it's a job he can't refuse. This means that Michael loses his job and becomes poor. So he goes to Job and starts knocking on his door.
Knock, knock. The oath Michael swore 21 years ago was now up, so he goes to a pub and drinks till he can't stand up. He sings a song that's very symbolic. The contents of it are extremely ironic.
Michael is fed up with all of Farfay's success, so he calls him to the barn for a little fighting fest. They begin to tussle and roll around the barn, but Michael loves him too much to cause him any harm.
Aww. Henry tries to get his life on track, so he decides to give Lucetta her letters back.
How nice.
He sends Job with them because he doesn't want to see her, but Josh takes a shortcut to Mixon Lane for a beer. The square town of Casterbridge suffocates anyone who enters, keeps you in, wrecks your life, just like it did to Michael Henchard.
At the King of Prussia in Mixon Lane, Josh shows the crowd the truth about from where Lucetta came. The letters are spread around, and they decide a skimmity ride should go down.
Oh. Lucetta's sitting in her bed sheets when she hears a commotion down in the streets. When she sees what's been shown, she falls to her knees and starts to groan.
When Farfay comes to see her, she admits her past of the affair she had with Henchard that didn't last.
Sadly, she died. Years later, Elizabeth and Farfay meet again, and their love begins to bloom just like it once did. No more interruptions, no more dismay, because they're meant to be and it's gonna stay that way.
Yeah. Elizabeth's real father turns up one day, and EJ is told that she's been lied to by Henchard's word.
Elizabeth one day goes out to look for Henchard, and Neighbor Whittle tells her that he recently died. She feels so much remorse, and there's so much she should have said, but now there's nothing to do, and she can't sit around and dread.
No.
Michael Henchard is a poor soul and very misunderstood. He has always had a good heart, no matter how big his pride. So remember Michael Henchard, even though that's not his wish, because his life's been torture, and he has never known true bliss.